Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, just doing a quick little news video regarding the Pixel remasters for Final Fantasy. When these initially released on PC and mobile, everyone in the community thought it was crazy that they weren't innately available on consoles, especially the Switch. What better device to release these NES and Super Nintendo era games being remastered than on the Switch? It just seemed like a match made in heaven. Well, we knew that they were coming this spring, but we didn't have a release date until just recently. It has been revealed that the Pixel remasters for Final Fantasies 1 through 6 will be released on PlayStation 4 and Switch on April 19th. Yeah, they don't really like giving us a lot of heads up notice. Spring is certainly noticed, but 2 weeks for everyone, not really a whole lot, but hey, I'll take it. Now, it would be good enough news to learn that we were getting these on PlayStation 4 and Switch. However, there is some additional news regarding the Pixel remaster, some things that we noticed from watching the trailer, and some things that we noticed from the website that actually tells us some of the new stuff. And that's where the majority of interesting new features that were not in the PC and mobile releases are unveiled. For example, the Pixel remasters on console will have the ability to change between the remastered and original soundtrack. So if you want the OG NES and SNES soundtracks, then you can go ahead and use those. I'm personally a huge fan of the remastered soundtracks, but nostalgia is a selling point. So putting those original soundtracks in there is definitely a good idea. And I say major because it's the #1 most complained about thing about the original release. There is going to be 2 fonts that you can choose for the console version. Now, the original font, it looks bog standard, like you just picked it out of a hat and said, okay, I guess that'll do. Doesn't really fit the Pixel part of Pixel Remaster. However, the new font looks incredible. Now, you can choose to use the original PC/mobile release font, or you can use the new one. I would personally recommend the new one, but I'm glad they're making this change because I really didn't want to have to hear about the font of the game again. So thank you for that one, Square. However, what I think is the biggest addition to the Pixel remasters for console is this Bravely Default style menu that they're adding, which will allow you to turn random encounters on or off, or adjust the amount of experience you get, and then depending on the game, adjust gil or ABP. I'm sure that depending on which game you're playing, like this menu changes to match whatever the thing, like resource you need is, whether it be, you know, something to level your jobs or your magicites or whatever. Either way, adjustable means of customizing how quick your playthrough is, or if you want to slow down, if you think your characters are getting too strong and you want the game to remain difficult. These are quintessential RPG options that, since seeing them in Bravely Default 1 or seeing things like them, I am shocked I do not see them in more RPGs. I am shocked I haven't seen them in near any remaster or re-release of RPGs in recent times, when it just seems like a no-brainer. And you know what? Seems like Square finally agrees, because those are going to be a feature in the Pixel remaster, and probably amongst the features I really hope reach the Steam and mobile version. Here's the thing. I don't see anywhere where it says they're going to update the old versions of the game to include these things, but they really, really need to. And I hope that they clarify if they will. Maybe there's a tweet, maybe after I recorded this, there was a tweet that maybe clarified on that. I don't know. All I'm saying is, you know, for those of us who owned the game before, we would definitely appreciate these things. So, you know, just go ahead and push that forward onto the Steam version for me real quick. I'm still going to get the console version, but go and just push it together for the Steam version real quick. Either way, I mean, what can you say? Those are some great new features. There's also a few things that are noticed throughout the trailer. One thing in particular is it looks like in Final Fantasy VI, one of the bosses that's reachable in the overworld towards the later portion of the game, it looks like there's a large shadow in the sky to identify where they are, unless I missaw that. Those of you who have played Final Fantasy VI will know, but just know that when you play through the game, that's not how it works in the original. I'm sure plenty of people will be quick to tell you how it originally worked, but I'm curious to see if there's any other little changes that they've made. But either way, the pixel remasters are great. If you're wondering about, is this the best version of these Final Fantasy games to play? 1 and 2, probably the most debatable. I think Dawn of Souls and GBA are probably a lot of people's go-tos, but if you don't own those or don't have an easy way to access them, Pixel Remaster is great. Final Fantasy 3, I think Pixel Remaster is the undisputed best way to play. Final Fantasy 4, toss-up between the PSP and this version. 3D version's okay, but I'm not a super big fan. 5 and 6, I do think these are the definitive ones, although I know 6, again, people will argue the GBA, or even the old re-release from Final Fantasy V that came out a while ago. I think also the GBA version has bonus content, but either way, if you've never played, you don't own these Final Fantasy games, now with the increased experience, the encounter adjustableness, I suppose, these are great ways to just get a quick 10 to 15 hour playthrough done of each and every one of them, and to be able to experience them for the first time and not have to go crazy with grinding or anything like that. So go ahead, check it out. I'll include a link in the description, and, well, hopefully you'll enjoy. With that, that's going to be a wrap for this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned. I'm sure there'll be more Final Fantasy news coming up. 16's getting closer and closer, so I'm sure that we'll have more videos on general Final Fantasy stuff soon. Anyway, with that, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.